Morning, everyone. Cheers. So, my computer sounds like it's taking off right now, which I'm a bit worried about. Can everyone hear the fans going? Got some new faces in here. Hello to all the new people in chat. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, you can hear the fan. No, it's not a squeak. Yes, it's a Mac. Don't start. Whoops, forgot to turn off my email. Oh, I just got an email saying I'm live. Excellent. I'm alive. I'm hoping this is gonna kick off, go away, but it's not looking good. I just did a restart of the computer and it's still doing something weird. Turbines are spooling up. Yep, it's gonna take off. Oh well, sorry, this is what I've got. Hopefully it'll settle itself down, but it doesn't look like it right now. I'm not sure what it's doing in the background. Is it dusty? Is my computer dusty? No. So, lots of new faces in chat this morning. That is awesome. Welcome. Welcome to everyone that's new. And welcome back to everyone that isn't new. New to my stream. Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah, it's early. Too early. Coffee. Definitely coffee. I'm on a MacBook Pro, a 2018 MacBook Pro, which it's an i9, and so they are known to throttle a little bit. Yeah, I want to get a new Mac this year, and I'll probably get an iMac for my desktop here, so I won't have all this noise. I'll have something a bit more reliable. Streaming off a laptop isn't great, even though it's a fully spec'd out 2018. What you gonna do? Yeah, I just put my 2016 MacBook Pro up on eBay, actually. Ooh, that's a good point. Mac Pro spins the fan after the Catalina upgrade. Yeah, I'm still on Mojave. So, yeah. I'm still not prepared to go to Catalina. Not just yet. How do I... Just one second. I want to... No? Okay, that's not going to work. Anyway, let's get back to here. So yeah, I've got a 2016 MacBook Pro that I've just stuck on eBay, and it's been on here it was a 7-day auction. It's only got one bid. That's okay, it's got 26 people watching. I'm only shipping it to Australia, so it's only got potentially Australian buyers. But yeah, my 2016, it's pretty much brand new. I went to have the keyboard replaced with the, keyboard repair thing they've got, the free repair, and there was some not scuff marks. There were some marks on the top of the. Let me just go into it. Up on the top, next to the trackpad, there was some discoloring of the surface, like not because of me, just something. There was a manufacturing fault or something with it. So they replaced the keyboard and they replaced the whole top cover. And then I got a phone call from the Genius Bar saying, hey, when we were putting it back together, I accidentally broke the Touch ID connector on the logic board, so we have to replace your logic board and your battery as well. So my 2016 MacBook Pro in October last year got a brand new motherboard, be a refurb, I guess, but with warranty, brand new with a year warranty, brand new battery. It's only done, and that wasn't a refurb, so that's like it only done the one cycle. Brand new keyboard and brand new top cover and trackpad. All of it's brand new. So it's pretty cool, but I just don't use it. So I thought I'd sell it. Yeah. But look, it's got plenty of time left on the auction. Most people don't bid till the end anyway. So hopefully I'll get enough money off this that I can put it towards a new Mac for me for this year. So we're going to do some Pie stuff today. Yay! Okay, I don't even know what's happening in chat right now. That's okay, I'll let it keep going. So, it's quite dark in here, by the way. Trying to get some more light onto this, if I can. It's quite dark. Open up the blinds a bit more. So, I got myself a new header for my Pi, because the other Pi I've got, the header is on the wrong way, because it was on the, I use this for my test jig. Well, I was going to use this for my test jig originally, but it turns out that the USB ports, which are on-the-go ports, don't detect a device swap. If I unplug a tiny pico and plug a new one in, it doesn't detect it properly. So I couldn't use this, and as it turns out, they were probably way too slow anyway. But the header had to go on this way, and now it's on back to front. And I don't want to have to solder that off. So this is the one that was in my my Prusa Mark III. Everyone might be able to see just here that there's, looks like a chip on the edge of the inductor, just on the top of the inductor. Can everyone see that? Kind of? Okay. So, I mean, it was been working fine. This is the way it came out of the Prusa. So I need to take these headers off here and put the new ones on. Now I've not even opened this yet still. It's still in the box sealed. So let's do that now. Okay. So nicely packaged. I don't even want to open it. Ooh. Okay, so I know that came with an extender. That's if you're using a regular, like Raspberry Pi, not a Zero, and some standoffs it comes with. Well, this is a really nice padded bag. Dun 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 dun. The chip you pointed out is a DSI to DPI converter. Which chip did I point out? So Jay, what are we talking about? So the chat's all the way over there. If you're talking about this, that's not a chip. That's an inductor. Not sure I follow. If you're talking about that, that's that chip, sure. I'm talking about this here, which is a little inductor that the corner of it is off. It's good to go, plug it in. Okay, so here it is. This is the back. And this is the front. And there's obviously a cover on. I'm leaving the cover on just for now because I'll probably scratch it if I take it off. Wow, that is a really nice screen. You might be able to see with the reflection, maybe that there's where the edge of the screen is. It's not edge to edge. So it's a square touch. And I2C broken out. Nice. So the Pi is supposed to, actually, no, it would have to go that way. pretty sure. Let's look at the picture. So, oh, maybe not. Maybe, no. Right, that's upside down. Yeah, because the SD card's on the bottom. Right, okay, so I got excited for a second, but no, it has to be upside. It has to be the other way around. So header's facing up. This is where he realizes he soldered the header on the wrong side of the Pi. No, well, in a minute I'll have one on both sides, right? So, as I said, this one, the header's on the facing down, which is not correct. It's got to be the other way around, header's facing up, like it normally is on a Pi. So that's why I need to switch that. So I'm going to desolder. So I'm going to desolder these pins. Should probably get myself some flux. I'm going to use my desoldering station. I've not used one of those on the stream before. Let me grab some flux. Now, I've also misplaced my... I had a spare micro SD card for this, but I can't find it actually. Maybe I can just use... Okay, I'm just going to use this one. That's a good idea. Right. Bear with me 1 second. I'm taking... So I was going to use one for my test jig, but I realized I've got... How big is that? I don't know if it's big enough actually. Oh, 16 gig. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. I've got one that was in my my I/O expander. It's just got audio on it. So I'm going to use that one instead to flash my Raspberry Pi on, and I'm going to put this one back in my test jig just before I forget. Okay, cool, excellent. Now I've got a confession to make. I'm going to turn this on. I have never installed a desktop version of Raspberry Pi before. I'm assuming I'm going to need to have to plug a keyboard and screen into this before I can put the drivers on for the HyperPIXEL. So that could be a challenge. I do have an adapter. I think I've got some adapters for these, but yeah, it's going to be a challenge. So let's get some flux out. Okay, it's much easier to desolder pins when there's flux. That's not enough. Grab some more. That should be enough. Now there's another fan sound of my desoldering station. Let me just move that out of the way. You can also SSH into the GUI version and do it like you used to. Okay, can you? Okay, cool. Okay, I'll try that then. That's good to know, thank you. Okay, that is not good. My HDMI cable for my camera was sitting on top of the desoldering station. I don't know if I can reach with the cables. It's going to be a problem. Yeah, this is maybe a problem. No, okay, we're good. Hopefully I won't knock the camera out. So here's my desoldering station. Everyone hear that? Yes. So let's get these off. just got to remember to keep holding it when you pull it away. Okay, a bit hard to see in this light. So, okay, they're off. Excellent. And these ones, yeah. Might be able to coerce them. It's hard to see. They're quite small, and as I said, the camera's letting a lot of light in right now because the ISO's up really high, but I can't really see. Moo, yeah, that's what it sounds like. It's pretty loud, isn't it? Okay. There we go. So, I have clean headers. These can go in the bin. Coffee time! I use mercury for desoldering. What? Okay, let's turn this off. That's loud. Can you do a sheep? Moo. Bah. Bah. So this desoldering station is, I bought it locally. There's no brand on the front. I'll moving the camera, everyone. Don't get sick. I'll do it slowly. That is the desoldering station. I can't remember the brand. Sorry. Did everyone see that? I hope so. So I need to, I'm currently downloading Raspbian Buster over here. It's got 1 minute to go. So once that is downloaded, I will use Etcher to stick it onto my SD card. Yours looks pure Chinesium in comparison. Well, they all come from China, don't they? It's not, I don't know if it's posh or not. It's look, it's okay. I would have preferred something much smaller, to be honest with you. It takes up a lot of space, and I've used it like 5 times, so it doesn't get a lot of use for a tool. But I also don't have a place I can just store it, so that's what I used to do before I rearranged my office. I used to have it not on my desk. I had it somewhere else on a shelf, and every time I wanted to use it, I had to clear my desk space and bring it back over and plug it all in. It was a real nightmare. So now everything's on my desk, but it takes up a lot of space and a lot of cables everywhere. It's a bit frustrating. Okay, that's still downloading. It's almost done. Is the Pi actually made in the UK? I know it's designed in the UK. They actually manufacture them in the UK? I would have thought for the price they sell them at, they wouldn't be able to do that. Look, it's a great tool. There's like I've suffered in the past, like when people were screaming at me, telling me to get a desoldering station. Like I suffered a lot trying to desolder things, like I did on my stream plenty of times, right? And everyone was laughing at me and screaming at me through the keyboard, you know, do this, do that, whatever. I think David Grants is here in the chat. He was use flux, put more solder on. But yeah, it's a life changer. Like, you know, being able to just do what I just did now. Yeah, really fantastic tool. I just don't use it a lot. Sony used to be manufactured in Wales as well. Interesting. Okay, it's good to know that they're manufactured there. Interesting. Okay. So would have thought the cost of labour, although the minimum wage in the UK is pretty low, isn't it, compared to a lot of other countries? So Interesting. Okay. That's almost finished downloaded. So what do I need to do? Well, let's solder the header on while I'm waiting. Let's turn my iron on. Not my hot air station, my iron. Okay, iron, here we go. My iron, what tip have I got? Yep, good tip. Good tip. And we need solder. We have solder, and I'm going to stick that here. And I'm not going to, let's make sure we put the header on the right way. I'm not going to put my air extraction on because it's too loud. So I'm just going to breathe the fumes. Take one for the team. Can everyone hear me okay with the microphone all the way over here? A lot of soldering to do this week. 22 boards, 3 dual USB sockets each. Yeah, I just don't enjoy, thanks Peter, I just don't enjoy hand soldering, I gotta say. It's just my least favourite thing ever to do. If it's only a small amount, it's okay, but yeah, when you have a pile of stuff sitting there to be soldered and you know you got to get it done, it's just, yeah, I find it frustrating. Okay, here we go. Let's get one pin on, make sure it's straight, shall we? Does that look straight? That looks pretty straight, I think. I'm pretty happy with that. Let's just tack the other end. Oops. Sorry that my head is not in my webcam view. I really want to get myself another DSLR camera so I can stop using the webcam and set up 2 cameras properly. But it's so much money. Okay, I need to switch my glasses to my close work glasses just for the moment. These ones, they look almost the same except they've got red on the side instead of orange, so I can tell them apart. But these are very highly magnified for doing close-up work, but I can't see in a distance. I can't read the chat with them. So I was thinking, like, originally, was it last stream that I showed this and I mentioned what I want to do with it? And I still want to try, but I had another idea of something I can do with this, and it's really extravagant. And it's really not necessary. But it could be really cool, and that would be as an Octoprint interface. A touchscreen Octoprint interface for my Prusa. How cool would that be? Because right now I've got to jump on a computer and I've got to like log in to Prusa Print or whatever it is, Octoprint, Prusa Print, and load stuff and run stuff and manage stuff and whatever. Like, how cool would it be to have it on? I can't check chat right now, folks, sorry, just while I got these glasses on. How cool would it be to have it on a touchscreen at the actual printer, next to the printer? That'd be wicked. I know you can buy these with the headers already on. Sometimes I regret not doing things like that. Almost there. So I'm expecting this to run really slow on the screen, right? I mean, the 0W is really underpowered. Everyone knows that. But the question will be, will it be fast enough? Will it be responsive enough? Okay, I think we're good. Let's turn my iron off. I'm sorry if any chat went past that I missed. Let me have a look now. What I miss? You can buy one with the money you make from the sale of your MacBook. I can buy one what? What am I going to buy? Andy Callaway? I need a damned Rooflow Master Pro. You need a Pro? I'm getting there. It's almost done. Hey Julian, just in time for the end of the soldering. Okay, let me do the... Before I... Oh, a new camera. No, the money from my Mac is going to go towards another Mac. That's how I do it. That's the only way I can really... So one of the good things about Apple products is they hold their value fairly well. Yes, they cost a lot of money, but they hold their value much better than other computers do. And so that's the only way I really can ever justify buying new Apple equipment is reinvesting the money I make from selling my previous ones back into it. So, you know, if you look at it like that, it kind of offsets the difference, the extra cost you pay for Apple products. Yeah. And the truth is I don't need a second DSLR. It's more about being lazy. If you would have used a Raspberry 3 or 4, the HyperPIXEL screen fits on top like a table. Yeah, I know it does, but I don't have a spare one. So I've already got these. Well, I'm going to try this anyway. And if it's too slow, I'll grab my 4 that I was going to use for my test jig for my Pro S2, and I can use that. I just didn't want to go out and buy more Raspberry Pis just for this when I've already got these 0Ws lying around. Did you settle on PWM or banging? I've settled on PWM for now anyway. Latency is good, is it? Excellent. 124 concurrent users. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to start this etching. Which means I need to... Belina Etcher. Okay, let me just switch to here. So here's Etcher. So it knows what's in my SD card. It's good. Select image. Whoop. Downloads. Date modified. No, it won't be that date modified. What's it called? What's the name of the file? The download. Oh, 2020. Of course. 2020. There it is. Open. So I'm going to put that on that. I wonder how long it's going to take to go. We'll find out. Hope I got the right one in there. And off it goes. Yes. Okay, so that's etching. I can't really power up the screen right now. How do I power it up? I've got no Raspberry Pi in there. I've got no SD card. I've got no operating system. Ooh, why am I on Top Chat? Interesting. So, okay, that's getting done. So I'll have some more coffee while I wait. For those that aren't aware, I think BitLooney is streaming, or is going to stream. My password is I am God. No, my password is Raspberry Pi. I'm trying to get it done quickly. It's flashing. It's done 14%. I'm going. So, this is supposed to just... So it plugs in without any support. It doesn't need any of the support, apparently. Really tight headers. Here we go. So that just sits like that. which is what I liked about using a Pi 0W, because it's kind of small and it's really thin, right? If I was to put a normal Pi here, it's going to be quite a bit taller and bigger and bulkier. I'm surprised that actually the power runs off the Pi. Like I wouldn't have thought that there was enough power coming through, but apparently. So I need a power. I need to get a USB connector. I need to get, let me find a cable. One that's long enough. Okay, I have all my test G cables on the floor over here. So it's a micro B cable. Hello, Alphabet. Cherry pie for my pudding. Instead of your pudding, cherry pie. Yum, maybe. Okay, actually, I've got a power supply here for my Pi 4s. It's got the adapter, but I should be able to take that off and just use that, right? Excellent. I'm just going to take this off. It's done 50% flashing. It's really tight. Let me get it off again. You can see the screen inside. Can everyone see the screen? And so the outside frame is just sitting over the top. There's like a diffuser on there, and that'll have the touch inside it. Okay. Really tight headers. I've got to be really careful. I feel like I'm going to snap the Pi. Wow. Okay. Power is on that side. Okay. Almost. Come on. Let's finish up. Hurry up. Called the encoder. Hello. AP Tech from Malta. As I mentioned, lots of new faces today. That is fantastic. Alright, that's what I was saying before. So BitLooney is either already streaming or he's going to stream on his trash channel. So, to be careful I don't start something up here that's going to be a problem. BitLooney's trash. Right, he hasn't started yet. Oh, okay, he's not starting for a while. He's still a couple of hours away. That's really cool. So what I'm doing is, so for those that don't know, BitLooney has, oh, thank you, Dave Darko. I was about to post the link. But Dave Darko just posted a link to it. So BitLooney's got a second channel called BitLooney's Trash, where he just puts more random stuff, less polished things. And so he's doing we started the other day, but this thing called a night shift. And let me just switch over. He's done like what's called a night shift stream. So I can't move that off. He did one the other day. He was doing some MIDI synth PCB design, and then he's going to be doing some breadboarding some synth amps. So yeah, in 2 hours time. If you didn't know that he already had, thank you, Peter. If you're not subbed to BitLooney's channel, which I couldn't believe that many people here wouldn't be, he's probably the biggest. Oh no, actually Julian's the biggest channel, I think. Then yeah, like sub to his channel, but his trash one's kind of interesting. It's only small. He's only got 2,000, 2,500 subs. But his live streams are pretty cool, and it's the middle of the night for him, right? And he's a bit delirious, and they're pretty funny. So a lot of you I know will be asleep because it's nighttime. For me, it's daytime, so I try to catch it. So yeah, definitely check it out. Okay, I haven't really looked through the instructions of this, to be honest with you. Okay, it's validating. Yay, we're almost done. I got to here where it said do this, and there's also a guide to do it all headlessly. Yeah, I can do it headlessly, and then I have to install the HyperPIXEL software, because the screen won't come up until that happens. Hello, Mr. Dustin Watts. Yes, okay. Well, for BitLooney, it's small, right? He's got over 100,000 subs on his other channel. Recommend the use of 2 standoffs just to give it a little bit more stability and not accidentally snap off the pins. Well, it's maybe, like, when I say maybe, I mean it's quite sturdy, but yeah, I will probably. My plan is to put this in something, like make a backing for it, right? So and I'll use these 2 standoffs here, and maybe I'll be able to go through these 2 up top as well, through the Pi. So yeah, the idea is that it won't really ever sit. Yeah. I don't think I've got any standoffs small enough right now, to be honest. To maybe I do. Let's find out while we're verifying. I have some of these cheap nylon. They're supposed to be nylon, but I don't think they are. I think they're just plastic. Assorted things. So I need to see, like, it's really not very high. I don't know if I've got something that's small enough. Maybe these little ones might be, but I think they might be too long. What am I doing with the screen? Oh, that finished flashing. Okay, excellent. So I have my original plan with the screen. Now I'm just going to put these in while I'm talking just for the moment. So I've got the original kits from Adafruit, which are proper nylon ones, and then I went to buy more of them. I was quite happy to get them off Adafruit, even though they were obviously a lot more expensive than China, but they were out of stock, and so I ended up just buying a whole bunch from China, and they're pretty crap. They're definitely not nylon, no way. And yeah, they're really rubbishy, but they're okay. Like, for what they need to be, I think they're fine. Aren't there standoffs in the box? Yes, there's long standoffs in the box. The ones in the box are the really long ones. They're for a normal Raspberry Pi, like a 3 or a 4, not for the 0. Because the headers on them, you have to use the, there we go. If you're using a normal Pi, you have to use this extender to make sure that the Pi clears the back of the board. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to have to go, and I've got to remember where to do this. So on this, one moment, please. Some of you might be able to remind me. So I'm going to have to open up this. No, I'm going to have to, it unmounts it, doesn't it? Yeah, I'm going to put it back in again. I have to go in and put my Wi-Fi credentials in, don't I? Somewhere. And I've got to remember where to do it, because the old place was in... Does anyone remember where I need to stick it? Right, but I can't sudo to it until I can connect to it, and I can't connect to it unless I put the Wi-Fi stuff into it. So I know how to I know how to like connect to it once it's, yeah. Does anyone remember what the file is? Maybe I'll have to go to SSH file in the root. There isn't an SSH file in the root. Or do I need to stick one? Okay, let me go to, God, I don't know how to set up Raspberry Pi headless. Let's go to this. I'm just gonna go to terminal window. Have to go to /volumes boot touch SSH. Okay, that's great, but I still need to put the Wi-Fi credentials somewhere. Didn't what burn down? What did I miss? Still in Raspberry, no, that's fine. Boot. Create a new file, that's right. WPA supplicant. Yep. Okay. And inside, oops, cancel, open. Okay, so inside that file, I need to stick these things, but obviously country is AU, and I need to put my Wi-Fi details in. I will take that off. Yeah, I've already put the SSH one in there. I now need to, yep, just hold on 1 second. I'm not doing this live. You can't see me doing this. No good. That'd be bad. You never know what my SSID is. It's really funny. I think that's it. I'm just doing this off screen. And if I save that, you want my Wi-Fi docs? No, I don't want my Wi-Fi docs. Thank you very much. Okay, so I think that's it. So I can just now eject. No, I don't need the Pi IP address because I should be able to just connect to Raspberry Pi.local. So yeah, I don't need the IP. Pretty sure. Okay, so that is, oh, whoops. Okay. Now I should be able to eject. Come on. Oh, duh. Still got the file open here. Try that again. Oh, terminal is not using it. Go away. Stop protecting me from myself. Okay, it's ejected. I'm going to plug it in. SD card going in. Make sure we put it the right way around. So before I plug the screen in, I'm just going to connect this and make sure that I can actually get to it. So, little green light. Takes ages to boot, by the way. A really long time. Like enough time for me to go get coffee and breakfast. Yeah, that's not funny, Johnny. So I was chatting with a couple of friends in China yesterday, one at LCSC. So although there's been some movement at LCSC, they're officially not back, and they right now they don't have an ETA from the company when everyone is coming back. There was clearly some people at one of their warehouses yesterday because some of my orders were picked and scanned, although nothing's being dispatched at the moment. But they officially are not back at work yet, and the same with JLC PCB. I spoke to another friend who is he's my production manager guy in China, in Shenzhen, and I mean they're all safe, which is great. He mentioned that like there are some companies coming back, so the companies can't come back whenever they want to. They need to get basically a certificate of commencement from the government. So they can't go back until the government tells them they can go back, and they need to actually get a permit to go back. So it's still going to be a while, unfortunately, until things really start picking up again. There's still new cases of the virus being found daily, like, every day. That's what daily means, right? So that's a shame, but the number's going down, but it's still happening. So yeah, it's been pretty major, pretty crazy. Okay, that could be booted by now. So let's new. Let's go back to here. Not that you can really see the Raspberry Pi there on the screen, but I should now be able to just go SSH Raspberry Pi.local. Did I spell that right? Host key verification failed. Oh, do I need to put a username? Pi at... No? Please contact your... Do I have to add a known hosts? No way. No. There shouldn't be an old key. There is no... It's a brand new install. Interesting. On my Mac? No, I shouldn't need to do anything on my... I mean, maybe. Okay. Add the correct key in here. I've never had to do this before, but I've never done an install of Buster from scratch. It was always a previous version. Okay, well, let's... Now, let's go to this file. Whoops, I just threw my mouse across my desk. Okay. Open with Visual Studio Code. Okay, I've got a whole bunch of host files here. And I need to... So what key do I need to put in? That one here. Ah, right, because of its name. I should have changed its host name. I don't want to delete the old one though, because I still want to be able to access it. Can I modify the host name if we remove line 2? Yeah, I know, but is there any way I can change the host name of it just on the SD card? Without doing a Raspberry config. Right, but then it's going to do the same thing when I connect to my other Raspberry Pi that's still called Raspberry Pi. I don't know the IP address. I could probably find the IP address. Let me see if I can find the IP address. Yeah, I know, just use the IP. I gotta find it though. Oh, I can ping it. Yeah, that's probably an interesting thing. Good point. Sorry, my head is in another place. Raspberry Pi local. '23 SSH pi at. You sure you want to continue? Yes. Sorry, this is not very big. I should have made this bigger for everyone to be able to see. Thank you all for the yeah. Okay. So I can now do sudo rasp-config. What is it? What is it? Rasp config? No. God, gosh. Mental blanks today all round. It's one of those bad days. Oh, Raspberry dash config. Ugh. Okay, change user password. No, network options. Configure network settings. Host name. I'm gonna call it HyperPIXEL. HyperPIXEL chesty cough. What else do I need to turn on? I probably want to turn on my interface options. I want I2C on. I2C on, get it? Haha. Oops. Yep. And do I need, what else do I need on? SPI should be on by default, shouldn't it? I'm pretty sure. What am I getting? Advanced expand disk. What? Why do I want to expand disk? Locales? No. What do I need all that for? Advanced options. Expand the file system. Yeah. Do I need to? Okay. How long does this take? Hope it's not too long. Why do I need to do locales? Okay, that's been it. Expanded. Back. Okay. Finish. Reboot. Yes, now we wait an hour. Okay, we're rebooting. Woohoo! Time zone, etc. for internet downloads. Yeah, I could do that. I'll do that later. I do. It's my favorite color. Blue's my favorite color. Electric blue is my favorite color. Resolution. I'm not sure I need to do that because when I install the driver, I believe that does that for me. Using the alternate I2, literally all the IPA pins. Oh, interesting. I've turned I2C on, but maybe I shouldn't have, because it uses those pins. Okay, well, we'll see what happens. Waiting for the reboot. Actually, I should have shut down and plugged the screen in and then turned it back on again. That's what I should have done. SSH HyperPIXEL. Gotta do this again. .local. Oops. Pi at. Yes. Yeah, I'll shut it down. I just wanted to make sure I could log back in. Sudo shut down now. I don't know what -H does, but What does -H do, by the way? I'm not a Linux guy, by the way. Linux or a Pi guy. Although I spend a lot of time in terminal on the Mac, so I mean I understand. You know, a bit about the Linux environment and Bash and stuff, but you don't know what to... Halt. Hey Rob. Power off. Interesting. Okay, so going to plug the screen in. I'm going to just switch for the moment, so you can see me destroy it. Yeah, that's only a little warm. I don't know if these standoffs are going to work, but we'll see. Okay, here we go. As I said, really tight fit. Wow. I don't want to damage the screen. I feel like I'm going to damage it. Okay, these standoffs are a bit too short. What's the next size up I've got? Will that standoff fit? It will. Okay, I'm going to do some surgery while it's sitting here on the table. I'm not going to unplug it again because I feel like it's too delicate. But I can hopefully I might be able to replace these one at a time if I can unscrew it. I know my hand's in the way, sorry. Okay, so get that one out. If I can squeeze this one under. And hopefully line it up. And hold it still. I need some pliers. I'll just get the one on just for now, I think, so we can get this show going. Okay, that is definitely better. It's still not perfect, as you can see. It's on a slight angle, but much more confident with that there than not having it. I'll do the other one later. So, it is time. Oh, look at that. It's lit. Can everyone see? It is time to... Oh, now I need to power cycle it, don't I? Damn. I hate not having an on-off switch on the Raspberry Pi. Okay, unplug it. Now unplug it and plug it back in. You know what? Before I plug it back in, I am going to switch this other one because this is the one where the cable is going to pull on it. Have you specified plan for screen? Oh, you asked me before. Right, so there was my original plan, and it still is I want to make this my to-do calendar view on my desk. I want to be able to have all the time in front of my face what my tasks are. Yeah, the power, I was plugging in live with the power. I did do that, Jay. I did. What can I tell you? I'm a crazy guy. I do crazy things and often regret it later. But what's a little DC between friends, really? Yeah, Andy Mouse. So that's what I want to do, but I also want to... Hello, you're going to screw in? See, this is why these are shit. They just don't screw in sometimes. I was thinking about making a touch interface for Octoprint, so having the screen sit in front of my printer, but I think that's really overkill, especially for the cost of this screen. But it's touch, so it's really nice. I wouldn't have to have a mouse connected to it. Okay, Let's do this. Plug it in. Really doesn't feel like that cable is in very well. Turn it over. Okay, now we wait for it to boot. I'm missing all the chat, sorry. Put some blue tack between it. I think it's okay for the moment. How am I going to cool it? I don't know. It really depends on the case I put on behind it. If I want it to be in front of me all the time, I mean, if it's going to be touch, let me switch cameras. So if I'm going to use the touch on it and it's going to be sitting on my desk, right, obviously it needs to have some weight. If I'm going to actually touch the screen, it's going to push it around and flip it over. So it's going to need a pretty thick angled case on the back, a 3D printed case. So if I design something that's kind of like this shape, where the screen sits here and there's enough holding it behind here, I can put a little fan inside it maybe. Yeah, maybe something like that. I have an extension USB cable with a box in the middle so I can isolate the 5V pin. Yeah, well, that's what I was thinking as well. Hey Tom, that I've got little USB connector extenders. So what I could do is, yeah, intercept it in between, and that way I could also run put a switch on it and run a fan off it as well, a 5V fan, if I needed to. But we'll see how it goes. I mean, I have to do a lot of research into what software I need to use even to be able to even talk to my iCloud and my calendars and stuff. I don't want to move all my iCloud stuff to Google for this. Rather prefer I would be cooked with a HyperPIXEL screen on top. Summer house for ants. Okay, so let's reconnect. Okay, and so it says we need to I don't care what the code is doing. I just want to install it. So could not resolve host get dot really. If it can't resolve host, get.pimaroni.com. Ping. I'm at work, we'll only be listening. Have a good one. Thanks, Tom. Yeah, there's no... Can't get to getpimaroni.com, but it can get to Pimaroni. Interesting. Although it was timing out, it wasn't coming back. Yeah, the network connection's up, I think. Yeah. I mean, it's up because I'm SSHing to it. Right? So it's up, and then, yeah, I'm able to ping Google. Was it get or git? It says here get. I mean, I can download it from Git, I guess, but... yeah, that's not good. Yeah, I know you meant the internet, sorry. Yeah, I'd already pinged something yesterday and it worked, but today I'm getting same as you. Maybe it's down. Maybe it's down. Okay, well I can go to the GitHub repository. And I can copy that. Oh, I guess I can do a clone. Where do I stick it? If I do a clone, where's Git gonna put it? cd hyperpixel clone. Oh, do a git clone. Wow. Yeah, the link is HTTPS, but it's still not working. No, Git's already there. Do I need to do a recursive? I didn't do a recursive. I'm not sure if I needed to. What does recursive do? Does that also do the folders? Right. Oh, I need to tell it a branch name, do I? Oh. Oh, minus, maybe this is the issue. They left off the minus SSL. Let me try this. That's doing something. Right, okay. So there's a mistake on their docs. So here when they say, oops, not that one. Here they've left off the minus SSL on their line. So we'll install everything you need to use a HyperPIXEL for. If you want to see whatever, no. Do you wish to continue? Yes. Okay, what do I have? Number 2, weirdly square, 3B plus or older, 2. Is only weirdly square or older, is this correct? Yes. It's done so I learn a bit. Well, I wish I didn't have to learn live on a stream like this though. Back when Whoopi Goldberg was still funny. That was a long time ago. I love Jumping Jack Flash. That was a great film. Really, really good. Loved it. Seen it about 10 times or more. Okay, come on, come on, come on. While we wait, any more bids? Nope. Ah, that's okay. I know people aren't going to bid till the end. I never bid till the end of an auction, ever. So I get it. It's still frustrating when you're selling. You went to high school with Whoopi's daughter? Really? Wow. Changes were made to your system require your computer to reboot. Would you like to reboot now? Yes. I bet you when it reboots it won't work. Here we go. Buy Raspberry Pi. So we should go to this screen and see if something happens when it reboots. Hope it pops up. That'd be awesome. Whippy is Whoopi's daughter is Whippy. Betting on? Yeah. Problem is that Pi takes a really long time to boot. See it? Oh, Raspberry Pi logo. Look at that! Oh, that's too bright. Let me turn it down. Look at that! It is a booting out. Gotta go darker, darker, so you can see what's on the screen. Welcome to the Raspberry Pi desktop, powered by Raspbian. Dun dun dun. Come on. Show me your desktop. Oh, there's a mouse cursor. You can almost see it. Oh, there's a background. Ha! Look at that. That is a crazy looking screen. Does it? And look at that, the mouse works. Welcome. Okay, let me see if we can get a bit closer. Is that kind of in focus? It's going to be very hard for me to focus this because there's nothing to focus on. Okay, that should be okay. Can everyone see that? So SSH is enabled and default password of Pi user has not been changed. Yes, I run the risk. Good. Before we start using it, a few things to set up next to get started. So as I said, I've never installed Raspberry Pi, like Raspbian, on a Pi that has a screen connected. I've always ever done the light version, right, and without a desktop environment. So this is my first time. Country. United Kingdom, no. Don't like this scrolling. Should be able to just drag down. Anyway. Oh, no. Quite hard to do with the touch. Australian, English, sure. Time zone is not Adelaide. Melbourne. Use English language. Use US keyboard. Yes. Why would it ask me to use English language if my language is... Okay, whatever. Next. Setting my locale. Hello, Mr. Watts. Yes, a square display, a square touchscreen display. 4 inches, 720 by 720. That's super high res. I really don't want to take the plastic off, but I think I'm gonna. Am I gonna take the plastic off? Shall I do it? Yes, let's do it. Oh, that hurt. Plastic is off. Wow, sitting location, that takes a long time. But it is a slow computer. Slow Pi. I hate taking the screens off. I still have this screen cover on my Reflow Master. Yeah, I need smaller fingers. I've got pretty small hands. I'm very lucky. Change the password. No, I don't want to change password. Do I have to? Do I have to change the password? I don't want to. Anyone? Do not go any further. A cashed up bogan. Can I go next and not change the password? Oh, I can. Okay, set up screen. Just entire screen. Tick the box below if your screen has a black border at the edges. Well, it does have a black border at the edges, but that's not the screen's fault. That's just because it's not edge to edge. Save my settings. Wi-Fi. Well, I've already got Wi-Fi, so I shouldn't have to do that, right? Update software. Do I want to skip the update? I'm going to skip the update for now. Setup complete. Really? Got to restart it again. Wow. Oh, the wizard's a bad idea? Yeah, I skipped all through that. That's fine. Update will take days with the 0. Yeah, I wasn't going to do the update now. Not a chance. But that's pretty cool. That's, well, I expected it would work because it's a really well-made, known product. And Pimaroni do a great job with their hardware and their software. So I had no doubt. And it's actually not that slow on the Pi 0W. Much better than I thought it was going to be. A rock Pi. No. Mr. Watts skipped football. Ooh, that's not good. Not feeling well. Had enough, too much football this week. Okay, so as I said, I still, I don't even know what software I need to use on this thing. I need to do quite a bit of research. But now that this is all set up and working, I can do that. Oh no, the old knee. That's not good. Is there anything you can do about your knee? Hope there's something you can do about it. I need to get the Mac OS Mojave or Catalina background on here. I think that'll be pretty funny. Julian skipped it for 58 years. How's that working out for you, Julian? Yes, I know. Go away. Okay, so that's all in there, and I assume that everything I want is on the Raspberry menu. Yeah, it's a bit hard to use with a finger. I don't particularly want to use a mouse, but maybe I can use a Bluetooth dongle. No, they're all... I have to get an adapter to do a Bluetooth dongle so I can use a Bluetooth mouse on it. Just for setting things up, I guess. But that's excellent. So it's a 4" by 4" screen running 720 by 720 pixels, so it's quite a high DPI. It's very sharp. I know it's a bit hard to see on the camera, especially with this light. But it's quite bright and it's very sharp, and it's got a pretty good viewing angle. Much better than I thought it would. So I think that would be... this could work out really well. Yeah. Actually interesting. What's if I... Chromium. Oh no! I want to see if I can get to my Octoprint from here. Wow, look how long it takes for the browser to load. Use a touch pencil. I've actually got a touch pencil. That's a really good idea. Did not think of that. You were all so smart. You were such smart people. Hopefully this will work. New tab. Okay, great. Where do I stick the... Oh, doesn't work. Pencil doesn't work. Damn. Well, these ones don't anyway. So clearly they're a different type of touch. Okay, I don't think I've got a different type. You can get multiple types of pencil, can't you? I'm pretty sure that won't work. No. Oh well. We are the Borg. Hive mind, Borg. Okay, web store. No, I want to go to... No, I don't want Adobe Flash Player. Piss off. How do I enter... Where's my keyboard? How do I... Is there no web keyboard? Is there no touch keyboard that pops up? Okay, stalled. I can't really get any further than this if I've got no keyboard. Well, there we go. Got to enable it, the touch. Okay. I'm going to VNC to the same pi. Is VNC on by default? Let's find out. VNC HyperPIXEL. No, connection failed. There might be a virtual keyboard, but clearly it's not turned on. Maybe it's going to be turned on somewhere. Oh, I just realized, wrong screen, sorry. So VNC server is not running by default, so that, yeah, not going to work. Is it in preferences or accessories? Preferences, move software, keyboard and mouse. Yeah, it needs a conductive pencil. Yeah. Okay, keyboard. No, nothing there about virtual keyboard. Is it under accessibility maybe? Is there accessibility? Appearance. Anyone know where I can turn the keyboard on and off? Hey Ian, yeah, it's a beautiful screen. Bluetooth looks like it's switched on by default. Yeah, maybe. That doesn't mean I can do I don't have a... I mean, I've got a Bluetooth mouse, but it's already paired to my Mac. Bluetooth keyboard. I don't know if my Mac keyboard will work off that. Hey Bitlooney's Lab. Yeah, this is the HyperPIXEL 4-inch 720 by 720 running off a Pi 0W on the back. And I'm trying to work out how to turn on the virtual keyboard, if there is one. Oh, I have to install it, do I? Okay, well let's do that. It was expensive in Australian dollars. It was expensive. I don't know. They're about 70 US dollars, I think. They've got a rectangular version of it as well, like a normal aspect ratio screen. That's, I think, is a little bit cheaper. I mean, you can get just normal screens, like normal 72 DPI screens, but these are much higher resolution. Yeah, like it might not find it if it's if I'm not updated. Although, I mean, this is the latest. Yeah, I don't know. So it's called Matchbox keyboard, is it? Oh, copy and pasting. Okay, here we go. Let's see if we can find it. No, it wasn't in. Oh, accessories keyboard. I didn't look. Accessories keyboard. No, there's no keyboard there. Well, you can't see that. It's too small. No, there's not one in accessories. Do you want to continue? Yes. Okay. Well, this is installing something. It's not a bad idea though to set up VNC as well, and I might do that. Dun, dun. Backdoor Trojan. What? Yeah, VNC is great. I mean, Mac OS has all that stuff. All their remote access stuff by default uses VNC. Looks like it's going to take 120 gig of space. Look at it. What the hell is it doing? So basically, I'm going to make my performance of my Pi run in half now because I've just installed all this stuff. The backdoor man. Okay, that is done. I assume I have to restart, but I'm going to sudo raspiconfig. I'm sure I can do it on the desktop. I'm going to do it here. So where do I turn on VNC? No. Is it boot options? No. Anyone know where VNC is? Interface options. Oh, VNC. Right, there we go. Thank you. Still can't see the screen. Well, hang on. About to, I assume I have to reboot now. Do I need to do a reboot? Probably. Sudo restart. Reboot. Okay, it's restarting, and I'm going to switch back to the full screen so you can see the screen, which is now dark. Hopefully I'll be able to VNC to it. Do I have to set up? Oh, I've enabled it. Is there anything I need to set up for it? VNC. It was blue for me a minute ago, but it just went to full. Okay. Yeah, just restart the browser, maybe. I was more restarting because of the keyboard. I don't know if the Matchbox keyboard stuff needed to needed a restart or not. But anyway, it's restarting now. That's fine. Most installs don't need a restart. Okay, so you mean it's not like Windows? The keyboard initialization required a reboot. Yes, it did. Okay. I'm going to see if I can VNC to it. And the connection failed. Software on my computer appears to be incompatible with this version of screen sharing. Oh, you got to be kidding me. So do I have to install VNC Viewer on my Mac to be able to... Okay, that's disappointing. That's really disappointing. So if I just go to my browser, whoops, see if I can type directly into it again now. What version of VNC are they using that it's that bad? Don't pick on the Mac, bit loony. Don't do it. You missed it before, but I already invited everyone to go and watch your stream after mine. So, you know, I can rescind that. I can tell everyone to stay away. Don't be rude. Okay, if I click in here, no keyboard. Accessories, keyboard. Do I have to manually load the keyboard, do I? There's no way I have to manually load the keyboard. Can I move it? I can. So it doesn't just pop the keyboard up when I click on a thing. Okay, so I don't think I'm going to be able to get all these characters. Octo, octo print dot. It's very hard with the finger, folks. L O K L L. Return. Really? It's going to DuckDuckGo because I didn't stick HTTP in front of it, which I shouldn't have to. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. And how do... So can I grab and select it all? No? Wow, this is intuitive. You can also just create a file by SSH and copy the link from there. Yeah, but the whole idea is to see how usable this is with my finger. Wow, that's really annoying. And it seems like I can't. And I have to bring my keyboard. Where's my keyboard again? Oh no. This is not intuitive at all. This is not good. Can I make the browser smaller? How do I make... No. Wow. I just want to hit backspace. Is anyone there frustrated watching this like I'm frustrated? It's just HTTP, isn't it? I'm pretty sure. Come on. Backspace. Get the corner. Get the corner. Corner of the browser. Oh, gosh. I can't see the chat right now, folks. I'm really sorry. But, yeah, this is only mildly frustrating. Let me hit backspace. I think I'm about to move on to a different project. Oh, there's no O. No. O. K. To. Print. Return. No. Ah! Okay, I need smaller fingers. Have you aligned the touch? The touch is all set up correctly. It's just like if you look at how small and detailed this is, look at the size of my finger. Yeah, that's just too hard. Too hard. I need to okay, one last thing I'm going to try. VNC Viewer Mac OS. Octopi. Yeah, isn't that what I had? Oh, what did I do? Octoprint. Right, octopi.local. Yeah, maybe. Yes, you're probably very. That's a very good point. You are right, Stephen Mott. But yeah, I'm not even going to try to type that in again. I'm downloading VNC Viewer from my Mac. Just to see if I can connect to it. Okay. VNC Viewer. Open. Read the terms. Yes, I did. Everyone saw me read them? Access remote computers. No. So what am I saying? What am I going to? What's it called? HyperPIXEL.local. There's no record of connection to this VNC viewer. It can't be checked. That's fine. I want to connect. Yes. Do I need to do this? Probably. I don't know if it's going to show or not. Okay, we have viewer. Yay. Give access. Sure, why not? I'll do that later. Okay. Oh, yes. Octopi.local. No, see, it goes straight to search. That's really annoying. I'm used to being on a Mac where it doesn't do that. That's really frustrating. Should be able to understand the difference. Not very fast. Yeah, I forgot that it was just Raspberry. That's not working. Oh. It's a Pi, and it's a slow Pi, as you can see. I accidentally closed the browser. Fat finger typing, I know. What can I tell you? Come on. Whoops. It is slow-mo, isn't it? It's pretty bad. It does deserve a faster Pi, but I don't have a spare Pi right now. And I wanted to use my Pi 0W. And the fact is, once this is all set up with whatever I want to be running, it should be nice. It should be fine. Like, it'll be ample for what I need. What about 2.168.1. I think it's 119. See, it's DuckDuckGo search. I don't want search. DOS was fast. No, octopi.local is actually set up on my hosts on my router, so any machine should be able to just get to it from that. That's how I connect to it from all my other machines. No, it does. It works from any of my Macs because it's resolving on my router, but can't be reached. Unless my IP address changed, but unknown host. Yeah, I don't think so. I was printing this morning. So yeah. Unless it's down. It could be down. Okay, it looks like my Octopi is down. That's why. Interesting. I can't get to it on my Mac either right now. Need to give it a reboot, but I can't connect to it. .1.119. It's Pi. No, it is down. I'm gonna have to restart my Raspberry Pi that's connected to my. Again, I could really do with a. Wow, that's hot. Really do with an on-off switch. Okay, well. Yeah, my C64 was faster than this. Okay, so I don't know what else we're going to do on this today. As I said, I have a lot of software research to do now to try to work out what the best way of displaying what I want to display. I mean, I could always write some Python that scrapes the data I want, displays it how I want it to do, but I'm sure there's a tool out there already that can do it. You know, the ones from the Magic Mirror type things. There's lots of different software, lots of different things to research. It's 2 degrees C in my shed. Yeah, that's cold. Don't go play in the shed right now. It's interesting. Since connecting this Raspberry Pi, I can't get to my Octopi anymore. Actually, I can now. So where's my VNC viewer? Let's go back to here. 1 second. So it's, I should be able to, it's not 119 by the way, so that's silly. Octopi.local should work now. There we go. I'm curious to know how it fits on the screen. Was there a puff of smoke in the background? What are you talking about? Okay, so my printer's not on right now, but that interface does not fit, does it? Your left. There, a puff of smoke? Really? Damn, well, I hope not. Simplest way to run Octoprint is by using Octopi image to boot up your Raspberry Pi. Yeah, it's already, yeah. So that's, I mean, that's still loading. Look at it. And this is really unusable. Well, through VNC anyway. I was hoping that the interface would fit on the screen. Like shrink down. But clearly not. Yeah, there might be plugins. I don't know. I need to look into it. Okay, that's loaded now, but wow, that is slow. Oh, really, really slow. I'll call that unusable. Try the touch interface. Let me go bigger. I can't even get it to move. Oh, there it goes. Oh, wow. Maybe because it's VNCing. Hang on, let me just disconnect VNC. Okay, I just disconnected VNC. Maybe that's taking up precious time. Okay, that's a bit faster. Okay. And I can scroll it. So that's not too bad. That's better. VNC was obviously killing it. Oops, I clicked on something. I must have given it a back command. Yeah, okay. Okay, I'm stopping. That's frustrating. Frustrating. But it's okay. I'll do it off stream. I might have to go get my Raspberry Pi 4 and do it with that. And get some decent speed, but I didn't want to waste a Raspberry Pi 4 on this. You need the Touch UI plugin. Okay, there is one? Okay. Again, the putting Octoprint on there was just a secondary thing. It wasn't my main intention. Like, it's for something else. Octopi 0 sucks. Exactly, that's why I got rid of it and put my 3B Plus over there now, which is running my Prusa, and it's so much better. So much better. So, okay, well that's enough Raspberry Pi today. I think I've pretty okay with that. It did everything I was hoping I would get done today. I can't believe I just installed VNC Viewer on my Mac. What was that something else again? What was the something else? Start up KiCad. Yeah, I'm not going to start up KiCad. I've been tinkering with KiCad, but honestly, get very frustrated very quickly with it and just go back to Eagle every time. So I've got some new projects coming. Well, they're not coming because they're stuck in JLC PCB right now. I've got a lot of stuff at JLC PCB right now. I've got some really exciting things assuming they work, to show you guys. But I don't want to talk about them until I've got them in hand and I can show you. But have potentially some very exciting, interesting things on the way that I want to even know for myself if they work and how well they work. You going, Specs 357? Catch you later. Thanks for your help. I didn't notice it's back. Yeah, it was gone. It was gone for a little bit, then it was back. As I mentioned earlier, I spoke to a friend at LCSC, and they have not been given the official okay to go back to work by the government, and neither of JLC PCB yet. They're still waiting for their permits. No one's been told when they're starting back yet, not officially. So, and a lot of companies have shifted to the 17th now. So Espressive have now, they're not coming back till the 17th of Feb, and they're still mostly working remotely. See you, Cheetah Kid. Catch you later. Thanks for joining. Yeah, the Pi 4 is awesome, Gary. Like, and even the 3B Plus is great. Like, I could have used a 4 for Octoprint, but that was just complete overkill. I probably could have even used an older 3. I've got an old 3 lying around here, but it doesn't have Wi-Fi, so I couldn't use it, which is a shame. I could have hardwired it by Ethernet, but I didn't want to have to run an extra cable around because there's no Ethernet over there. PCBWay is back yesterday, limited staff. Hey Ian. Yeah, I mean, there were a few people at LCSC. I mean, someone was picking my orders yesterday, but they're not shipping yet. And although I think DHL are back, they were back apparently on the 6th, but I don't know yet. Not like mail's not working and other stuff. Yeah. Something flicked off my hand. Wasn't a finger. I've still got all my fingers. Just after I said something about temperature in his shed. I don't know. Maybe I spat by accident. I'm not sure. Yeah, look, it's going to take some time for everyone to come back up online, which is frustrating, but it's happening. So I am planning to do a respin of my Reflow Master Pro board. There's a few things I want to change on it. And again, I'm kind of like spinning my wheels on getting started on it because I can't get the boards made anyway right now. So I'm kind of letting it simmer. But I did... no, I might save that video. I'm halfway through my next toaster video. I've recorded half and edited what I've recorded so far, but I've still got the other half to record. So some of you might find this interesting. It's not the toaster running, it's about modifying the toaster. I have been writing code. I have more Reflow Master code. I'm not quite ready to show things yet. Thanks, Electron Ash. Might catch you on BitLooney stream later. Yeah, I want to... Yeah. I want to move over to the new oven first, but to move to the new oven, I need to... I'm making modifications to my old oven first as a guinea pig for the new oven. Yeah. So, hopefully Friday, my next video will be out. It'll explain what I'm doing and you'll all understand. And I think a few people here will have a bit of a laugh and be quite happy with the change that I'm making. Insomnia, this is the place to be later. Thanks, BitLooney. Yeah, Dave Darko posted before, but yeah. Go join BitLooney's trash channel for his night shift stream after you leave here. A man and a plan. I do actually have a plan. So I could have done this whole mod that I'm doing right now in about 3 hours. So far it's been 2 days and I've got at least another day and a half to do it. Because doing everything on video takes forever. You know, you only got one take, and especially if it's something that you can't put back together. So planning it out and getting it right is really tough. Hey Brian. Silently lurking. The silent lurker. So I'm looking forward to getting that video out, but yeah, the oven hack's going to take a while, as you'll see why on my next video. What else? Yeah, so I was going to do some PCB stuff today on my Reflow Master Pro. Talk about some of the changes I'm making, but it's already been almost 2 hours for the stream. So I'm not going to start now. BitLooney starting in about half an hour. Better to have convection. Yes and no. Like it depends on the temperatures you want to reflow. If you want to reflow SAC 305, if you want to do like high temp paste, then yeah, you need a much better. Even quartz elements aren't going to be enough. You want something convection style that's got a fan inside it that you can push the air around and get the air out. I know that Greg Davil has modified his toaster oven and stuck a convection element and a convection fan in it. So that's the way to go if you want to do high temp paste. But if you're doing low temp or medium temp paste, then these ovens, look, they're fine. And if you're not doing production in them, like even if you're just doing small run, if it's not actually like, if they're not commercial grade boards that you're making, then low temp paste is fine, and they don't have to be a perfect reflow, right? Like it doesn't have to exactly match the profile of the paste. Near enough is good enough if it's just hobby stuff or things. Like if it's something that you're selling commercially, something that needs to last a decade, like the solder joints have to last a decade, or it's got a, it needs mechanical rigidity, like there's a chance that someone could bend the board or something when they're inserting it to something else, then yeah, you really need to do higher temp paste with a really perfectly matched profile. But if not, then yeah. I'm making high quality, so I guess high temp. Yeah, look, if you want it to be, if it's a commercial product that you want to, if you want the solder joints to outlast the electronics, then yeah, you want to do high temp, good, like SAC 305, SAC 10, whatever it is, paste. But otherwise, just do low or medium temp. The problem with medium, you can't get lead-free medium. Well, you can. No, you can't. There are some companies that are making lead-free medium temp. Like I'm talking about like 183 to 187 degrees, which means you need to get up to about 220 to reflow it. But they're still just using like a bismuth or something else, like the low temp paste. And if that's the case, just use a low temp paste. Yeah, GC10 is great. It takes quite a bit to get it tuned right, and it's much harder to rework because of the high temperature. So one of the reasons, like the issues I had with when I was using SAC 305, apart from the fact that my oven couldn't do it, my T962A can, so all the RAM on my boards, on my Tiny Picos, oh, here you go. So all the RAM on the back of my boards, these are all SAC 305. So these are all high temp paste. And the reason I do that is because I reflow that and then I reflow the top with low temp. I could technically reflow both sides with the same temperature. That's fine. The reflow, the surface tension will hold the parts on there. But reworking GC10 or SAC 305 is really hard. Like you got to really push some heat through your reflow, through your hot air station, and you really run the risk of damaging other components. You have to be very careful. So, and look, and I'll be totally honest. Like my Tiny Pico are not boards that I expect to last 10 years. Not so much last as in they're going to fall apart, but the fact is, in 6 months' time, there'll be, or 6 or 9 months' time, there'll be the new ESP32 S3 coming out. There'll be like, a dual core version of their S2, and there'll be, the next year they'll be transitioning to a new set of chips, and then in another 2 years' time there'll be something else new. I mean, people are going to move away from ESP32 in the next year or so anyway. I don't need this board to last 10 years, if that makes sense. So, yeah. That's why I make the decisions that I made. Okay, to post a short video with my first ever attempt using a reflow oven. It's been soldering connector and me complaining. You can post if you want to, sure. Pizza factories who place components use, yes, they have to. They have to go lead free, and they definitely, I don't know what brand they use, but they'll definitely be using something like a SAC 305 or whatever, because they've got a really long stencil life. Like they can stay on the stencil for 24 hours before they have to be cleaned off. So yeah, they're a much more durable paste. Yeah, for sure. They'd be using the good stuff. Right, so if you've got a product that needs to survive decades, you need to, yeah, you want to be using the best of the best paste you can get with a perfectly tuned profile. It's very important. Like, you want your solder joints to outlast the board and the electronics, for sure. SP64. There could be a 64-bit at some point. I don't know. I think it's going to be a while before any of the microcontrollers go 64-bit. As in the lower end cheapy stuff I'm talking about. You melted your multimeter case. Oh no. The solder tastes better. Okay, folks, I think we should wind this up. Give everyone a break. Let you go get a coffee or a drink or whatever, or go to sleep. And those going to BitLooney's channel, you get to do a toilet break or something beforehand. I might see some of you on there. Thank you all for your help with Raspbian and connecting and doing stuff. As I said, I'd never used a desktop version of Raspberry Pi before, so I had no idea how to use it. But I'm glad you were all here to help me. And yeah, please hit the like button on the stream. Thank you. Don't forget, I've got a Patreon. Check out my Patreon if you want to back me on there. Check out my stuff on Tindy and tinypico.com. I am a full-time maker, not necessarily a full-time YouTuber, but I'm a full-time maker, and I am trying to feed my family doing it. So, oh, I got a bid. Just then, I got a notification. Wow. Oh, okay. Well, that wasn't overly exciting. I'll show you. Just before we go, I'll show you. 1,025 current bid. Okay, well, still, 2 bids. That means 2 bidders. 27 people watching. It's better than nothing. Okay, folks. Thank you all. It was great. I will see some of you on BitLoonies, and I'll see some of you next week. But Friday, my next video coming out. Hopefully you'll enjoy it. And maybe you won't. I don't know. But fingers crossed you will. Okay. Catch you later. Thanks, everyone. Bye.